believe it or not, this is an old road that we're hiking on now, and it is on the map, but the government have stopped maintaining it, so that's why it's completely overgrown. There's some old tyre marks, probably from about 10 years ago. So it is still passable for bushwalkers, but there's no way anyone's going to be driving through here soon. Completely overgrown. Further on down the track we found quite a few pieces of broken car parts, like headlights and bits of plastic. And without ongoing maintenance, this is what all the roads in Victoria would eventually look like. Just completely overgrown. And the trees are literally just growing in the middle of the track. So we were stuck on that dirt road, on that overgrown dirt road for about 2 hours yesterday. Fortunately, we've now found our way to a more open road that we can walk on easily. There's the campfire with my porridge, just waiting, cooling down so I can eat it later. So just swing around, let you see the campsite. This is the cleaning area over here. With one of these stand-up buckets. You've probably seen that in previous videos, so we just leave that standing there. It's tied up to the tree, so always have a rope attached to it. In a moment I'll take you down to the water source so you can see where we're gathering that water. Clothesline set up as usual in the trees. Each section of rope I carry is 4 meters in length. I usually carry at least 3 sections of 4 meter rope. There it is, tied to that tree. Last night we went to sleep with our backpacks hanging in the trees because there was no rain. It was not raining last night, so it's perfectly okay to have the backpacks hanging up in the trees. It's a water container with the hydration hose attached. There's the old tenty tent. The tent. You've probably seen this tent in about 20 different videos. So, a bit of fern tree branches on the ground there. Some people call this bracken. Once upon a time that plant was actually used by the native Australians to make food. You actually can eat that stuff. Fern tree branches. Let's go over here. Close up of a few more fern tree branches. There they are. So another tip for bushwalking and camping is digging trowels. So a lot of people, they like to carry digging trowels, but I'd recommend never buy your digging trowels from the camping store. Just buy your digging trowel at the hardware store. This is an aluminium digging trowel. Weighs about 190 grams, I think, almost 200 grams. So it's about double the weight of the ultra light plastic ones, but believe it or not, it actually has digging power. It is actually a functional tool. So those plastic digging trowels that you see in the camping stores, they're really just gimmicky. And they don't work. You really can't dig a decent hole. So a bit of foil underneath the campfire, just to maximise the heat reflection. And there's the plastic wrapping off my pasta pack. So I actually just use that as a double tool. So there's a second function for that. Instead of just throwing it in the rubbish bag, can use that to fan the fire. And while the fire's burning, just leave all the other wood behind the fire to dry out. So there's no dry wood around here. We're in a valley right next to a creek and it's very wet, so there's no dry wood on the ground. So yesterday I cut down a dead standing tree, and just in regards to cutting down dead standing trees, I know a lot of people do this, but always just cut down a small dead standing tree, because you know there are animals actually living inside these dead standing trees. And some people, they come out here with chainsaws and they have a huge bonfire. It's really not necessary. So here's the log, what's left of it. So from one small dead standing tree like that, you can literally have like 2 or 3 days of firewood. It's just not necessary to have a huge bonfire. You're just wasting wood. So right now we're going to go for a walk to the more adventurous part of this campsite, and that is the water source. I'm just walking a bit faster because we don't want to waste too much film. Just over here is the creek. just wanted to show you just how rough it is sometimes when you have to find water. Just some of the lengths we go to get to our water sources. So just down there is the creek. Just trying to find the right spot to access it from. Here it is here, I think. Yeah, it's just here. So it's going to get a bit rough now. The camera might get even more shaky. Hopefully it's not too dark here and too shady for the GoPro to get a nice clear shot. So this is the creek. Not exactly the preferred water source. So it's pretty muddy looking there. And when you find a creek that's this muddy, it can sometimes be difficult to find a good spot to fill up your cups from or your water containers. But just here is the natural tap that's occurring. So what I do is I come down here with that orange water container you saw a moment ago, that orange water bag, and I just put my cup under there. I actually normally bring a 1 litre cup down here, and that fills up quite quickly. And I won't be drinking this water unless it's boiled, so I'll definitely boil that water before I drink it. As said, definitely not the preferred water source, but you get the idea. Anyway, I might as well just wrap this video up here on this creek. Thanks for watching Bush Channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and happy camping. Happy camping.